What's up, my dudes? This is my custom track called 2015 Mountain Home Faircross, and I actually made this track a while back, and I had a video on it a while back, and I'm not really sure what happened to that original video. I don't know why it ever got deleted. I'm not sure if there was an audio problem or if I was just trying to clean up some clutter on my channel and accidentally deleted it. I have no idea, but I was just recently looking at my channel and realized this track was not on there at all, so I'm going in here and remaking this video just to make sure the track link was out there for you guys, because this is the only way I actually release my custom tracks. I don't put them on the forums, I don't put them on TM Factory Racing, so I didn't want to have this fully completed track and no way for you guys to download it. So this was a replica track I'd made a while back, so if you guys do a track review on this track or anything like that, just remember I made this track a long time ago. This is not one of my more recent tracks, so just because I uploaded it just here recently doesn't mean that's when I made the track. So I just don't want you guys to compare this track to some of my newer tracks, because I actually like to think I've gotten better at making custom tracks. So some people may disagree, but that's cool, you know. But I like to think that, you know, I would say my about 6 or 7 most recent custom tracks are sort of on another level than all of my other custom tracks. So just please, for the love of God, do not compare this one to my newer ones, because I made this track a while back. So yeah, this was a Faircross race I actually raced in real life, and I collided with a dude over the finish line jump, and our bikes just exploded, and I actually knocked myself out, and it was crazy, man, because I came over that finish line, and to me, it looked like that dude in front of me was just coming up a little bit short, and then before I knew it, my face was just in the dirt, and I was like, what the heck? I literally took a dirt nap. That's what you do when you get knocked out. I think people don't understand that. Like, getting knocked out on a dirt bike or anything is very weird. I think that when people's never had that happen to them before, they don't understand. When you start actually affecting anything to do with your brain, that's where it gets interesting, because your brain is responsible for everything. It's responsible for what you perceive and your memories, and if you didn't have any memories, then you couldn't even function. So for instance, when I got knocked out the very first time, which was a really bad concussion I had, not on this track, this was on a different race about a year before I had this concussion, I got knocked out on the bike, and it was like I was just riding like normal, okay? It'd be like you just going out there on a dirt bike, and it's like you're just going around the track like normal, and then I'm talking in the split second of a blink of an eye, your face is in the dirt. There is no, like, flying through the air or, oh, I could have saved it, but I ended up crashing. Like, no, dude, you're just riding all happy-go-lucky, and then all of a sudden, bam, you're on the dirt. Like, just like that. And people that's never had that happen to them, there's no way they could understand. It's so weird, because it's like, it's almost like you couldn't even do anything to prevent the crash from happening, because to you, you were instantly on the ground. Because your mind, when you knock yourself out, it's almost like you're totally somewhere else in that time period. So what happened on that original concussion that I had was, I actually got back up, tried to pick the bike back up, and I don't remember any of that at all. They actually got it on video, and dude, that's crazy, and you got to be really careful. That's something, if you ever knock yourself out on a dirt bike, just please do not get back on that bike right away, because you may not even be there in the mind. Like I'm saying, I don't even remember trying to get up and pick my bike back up, but on the video, like, I crashed, got back up, and then fell back over, like, oh my gosh, dude, it was crazy now that I think back to it. But it's cool because, you know, with these Faircross type tracks like this, they just go in there and build them and then tear them down. So this is kind of the last remnants of this track, and this is the last time anybody would ever be able to remember what it looked like or be able to see it, unless somebody had like a GoPro video of it. So it's kind of cool how you can recreate tracks like that on MX Simulator. So this is a full-blown replica track. I mean, to the T. Like I'm saying, if you were at this track in real life, you would be amazed how accurately I actually got it. I mean, we were parked over here chilling out, and some dude tried to give me a helmet because he know I hit the ground hard and got knocked out, and my bike was Taco Tuesday, bro. Shout out to Axel Hodges. That dude's a badass. But yeah, I couldn't even go back out there. The exhaust was almost off of my bike. I mean, it was horrible. But yeah, I mean, some of this off-track stuff, like, look at that right there, man. I mean, that's pretty legit for MX Simulator. That's pretty solid. The thing about it is, when you're making a replica track, you have something to look at. That's the positive thing about a replica track, even though they're super hard to make because you've got to try to make the track exactly like it was. The cool thing about it is that you've got a basis of where to put every object. It's hard to just go out there and make this random track that's not a replica track and try to figure out where the objects would naturally be placed. That's almost impossible. I mean, it's really hard to do that. And so when you get a replica track, it's kind of cool. There was a gas station across the street, so that's what that is. But yeah, man, just an all-around fully completed track. That was the cool thing about this one, is it's the first one that I really got serious with the objects and the tough blocks and all that kind of stuff on. But it's a good little easy track for some of you beginner and amateur type supercross riders out there. You may have a little bit of trouble with the rhythm section over here, but yeah, man, it's just the realism really kicks in when you get a lot of off-track objects and stuff like this. And this was meant to be the prepped version, so it doesn't have crazy amount of ruts or anything like that, or anything. It was meant to be more of just like, the dozers had just went out there and smoothed out the track. So even though there's not any inside ruts, there's a lot of traction on this track, so you can run it up the inside and not even hit the berm and still get a lot of good traction and drive out of the corner. So there's a lot of different line options in that sense, even though there's not a whole lot of inside ruts or anything like that. But dude, I'm telling you, I built this track to a T. Like, you can see this little outside. In real life, it was almost like just like one of those small little blowed out berm ruts, if you know what I'm talking about. You almost couldn't even really get into it. You just kind of barely used it, and I managed to make it perfectly, man, where it made this section right here really tricky, and that's how it was in real life. And yeah, it's awesome when you can put together a replica track that you actually rode on in real life, and to think it's not even there anymore. Like, I can't go back and look at this track in real life. So I don't know, it's just kind of a cool little feeling you get when it's like, man, this is the last ability anybody has to ride on that exact track the way it was that night. So I don't know, it's kind of a cool little feeling you get whenever you make a track like that. But I mean, it's identical. I'm telling you, like, the way the jumps feel, the way the bike looks whenever I'm looking at it from the side view right here, that's exactly what it looked like in real life. Let me go over here to the stands real quick, and like, when I'm looking at it from the stands view like this, it's kind of weird because it's like deja vu. It's like, whoa, it like warps me right back to that moment in real life where it's like, that's exactly what it looked like when you were in the stands. That's cool, man. MX Simulator can give you some of the coolest feelings in the world just from different little aspects and stuff like that. But yeah, just remember, I made this track a while back. Do not compare it to my newer ones, please, because it's just not, it's a lot more basic on track than what some of my newer tracks are like. So I just wanted to kind of get that across to you guys. But yeah, man, fun track, no doubt. I'm going to leave a link to the track in the description below, so you guys can go download it. And just remember, I have all of my custom tracks on a playlist on my front page called MX Simulator Track Preview My Custom Track, and I think I've got like 50 on there now. So you can go check out all those custom tracks. I've got everything from space tracks to Hawaii tracks to winter tracks to dimension tracks to, I pretty much made it all, bro. I mean, I've done a lot over the long period of time, and it's, the reason that I don't upload them to like on the forums or the TM Factory Racing or anything like that is because I want people that subscribe to me to YouTube and actually follow me on YouTube to have a cool little benefit where it's like, you know, you guys are the first ones that are seeing these custom tracks whenever I release a new track. Nobody else is seeing it before you guys. So that was always just a little bit of a benefit and incentive that I was giving a lot of my fans out there to follow me on YouTube. And I'll always keep that. I'll always keep it that way. And I could have way more exposure and way more, you know, getting out there to more people if I put all these tracks on the forums and stuff like that. Because a lot of people don't even know me. A lot of people, you know, if they just haven't randomly came across me on YouTube, they wouldn't even know who I am. And it's crazy because I have all these cool custom tracks, but a lot of people don't even know about it. But I think it's cool to do things like that in life sometimes, where you take a little bit of a negative hit to give a cool positive thing to someone else. You know, that's kind of what it is. It's I'm taking the negative hit by not releasing it to everybody in the world out there. I'm just releasing it to the people that see my YouTube videos. That's the negative hit I'm taking, but it's cool because I'm actually giving people a real benefit to watching my videos. But anyways, I appreciate you guys watching all these videos. Later, dudes.